Hello, welcome to our home at Young's Crossing. Today I'm just doing something a little different than I usually do. I guess I don't really have anything regular I do. So anyway, if you've watched me at all, you know I hang on to everything. I try to keep it neat and orderly, but I hang on to a lot. And it pays off sometimes to hang on to things because I've noticed, not that I'm a fashion follower or anything like that, but or trend follower. But many things I hang on to long enough after they go out of style and I quit wearing them, then they always come back. I can remember I barely got my husband out of bell bottoms before they came back. And then they went out again, and then recently they were back. So, just hang on to stuff. But I was going to show you a few things that I did hang on to and it paid off. So let's get started. And if you would like, hit a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. That'd be great. I remember years ago, I had ducks. And my mom, anytime she saw me kind of lean toward a style, she'd bring them in from everywhere. So I had lots and lots of ducks. I had duck dishes, duck pans, duck wall hangings, duck figurines, everything ducks. Well, eventually I got tired of the ducks. So I, passed them on to someone else or sold them in a garage sale, I don't know. So I didn't have ducks. And now what's all the rage? Ducks. Well, I'm not going to go buy more ducks, but if I'd hung on to those, I could have been in style as well. Another thing I had was baskets. All around the top of my dining room and kitchen, well, dining room, I had baskets hanging, and then I had a basket wall. And I had some really unique baskets. I had one that was actually a purse that looked like a horse, but it was a basket. I mean, it was wicker, and just every kind of basket you could think of. Well, one day I thought, the baskets are out. I don't need them anymore. So I got rid of them. Well, now if you watch any thrifting show or any home decorating show, they've got baskets. I mean, rustic decorations, modern decorations, got to have a basket. Well, I've accumulated a few more baskets, but not near what I did have. Another thing that I had was tins. And I did keep a lot of those because I had things in them. I tried to use them rather than just have them sit there taking up space empty. But tins, I had so many tins, and now tins, they're all the rage. So, if you just hang on to something long enough, it's going to come back and you won't have to buy anything if you want to be in style, which is not really what I care for. Like some things that I didn't like really particularly, well, I'm not going to hang on to it because I'm not going to like it any better if it comes back around. So that's a different thing. Another thing right now is hearts. Well, I had a lot of homemade shelves and cabinets that my brother-in-law made and some my husband made, and they had hearts because hearts were the big thing, and I loved them. Well, now hearts, after they went out, hearts are back. I remember not that long ago, people would buy something at the thrift store and say, I think I can disguise that heart and cover it up. I mean, that was no time ago. And now, one of my favorite YouTubers I watch, Ginger Chick Rehab, she recently bought a shelf identical to one I had that my brother-in-law made and had hearts on each door. Well, I kept mine, and on the back, she said something was missing, and I noticed one of the commenters said it was a piece with a heart. That's right, that's what mine has. So that shelf has 3 hearts. I never got rid of it because it was really handy to put extra soap in and things like that, and a little bit of bathroom decor. So I'm going to insert a picture of that shelf And some other shells I have, they have hearts. Just to show you, I hung on to them and they're back. And this is one more thing. This is my husband. He made a bunch of these little hangers to hang our vintage baby gowns on. I was looking over there because they're hanging on the wall over there. And anyway, here's more hearts. This is just a simple thing. This is the colander that my mom and I used when I was a kid, and she gave it to me. I made the mistake of putting it in the dishwasher one time and it kind of dulled it, but otherwise it's just like new. And I didn't go in and get a bunch of really cool ones like were popular for a while. I kept this old one, and now people think they found gold when they go to thrift stores and find one just identical to this. So I'm glad I kept it. Okay, and these earrings, they're not so popular now, but actually I got these earrings when I was in the 8th grade. I can't imagine an 8th grader wearing these, but they've got I don't know if it's Bakelite or what, but some kind of plastic, and they went out of style, and I'd put them back. Every now and then it seems like they would be popular again, something like this. And I'm not real sure they are right now, but I didn't want to try to put them on while I was filming, so I just went ahead and put them on so I could show you. I'm having to voice over on this part because I was showing you some gaudy necklaces and I banged them up against my microphone and it was way too loud. But this is one that I like, that it used to be popular, and I wore it. I'll probably keep it because you never know, they may come back again, and I have a place to keep it, so won't be a big deal. This next one I got at Canton. I remember I was wearing something that color and my husband said, well, you should go ahead and get it. So I'll hang on to it too, even though they say they're not going to come back. They will. I remember when I was a teenager, peace signs were all the rage. I wish I'd have kept them, but I didn't. But I had peace sign rings, peace sign earrings, peace sign necklaces. I even had a headband with the hippie looking thing that was a peace sign. Well, I got rid of them. And then late 90s, peace signs came back. So I got this one. And I always had fun. It looks pretty good, this black top under there. Anyway, they're not so popular right now, but I'm hanging on to it because we both know it'll be back. Now this one's a little bit over the top. These were my high school basketball shoes. I have a friend that she has hers still too, so I'm not the only one that's weird. It just reminds us of a fun time in high school. Anyway, these aren't the laces. These laces are some tan laces. I hung on to them. They were sitting in the closet. And then a few years ago, All Stars were just the Chuck Taylors, and that's what these are, came back with a vengeance. And I already had some. So that was, but you know, I don't know if that was such a good thing to keep, but I found it humorous. Now, I have some things that I remember enjoying them a lot, but it seems like about the time I got them, everyone quit wearing them just like that. So mine are like new. And I had these polo tennis shoes. I'm sure a lot of you remember wearing this plaid tennis shoe. Well, I've hung on to them because they're just like new. I hardly wore them. And they're going to come back. Mark my word. My husband doesn't believe me, but they are. Everything that was popular about 10 years ago, maybe a little less, were these. Remember how these are my Asics, and everybody was wearing these. The brighter, the wilder, the neater. And these were really comfortable. I enjoyed them. So even though they're not stylish anymore, I'm keeping them because I have a place to put them. And when they come back, I want to be ready. Now this one is another that you might find a little over the top, but I loved these sandals. So comfortable, and I just loved them. And they're my Doc Martens, and I'm convinced they almost came back once, but I'm convinced they will come back again. And I'm sure a lot of you remember wearing these. Mine may be a little worn, but I consider them broke in. And you know what? They'll be back. Then I had a couple more things here. This item I bought and wore a lot with it. I always got compliments, and it was rather cute. Well, it went out. Nobody was wearing them, so I don't like to stand out. So I put them away. And then a few years ago, they were back, and so I wore them. I even wore them to work. Well, I still got them. I'm convinced they're going to come back. They're capri overalls, and I know overalls have kind of come back, but I'm not so sure about capri or embroidery, but I'm going to be ready when they do. I've had this a long time. You can probably tell because of the style. And they went out, but I always enjoyed it, and I'm going to be ready when they come back. Another item that was really popular when I was younger were these purses with fringe. Well, they went out, and I partied with mine. I didn't hang on to them. That's before I got smart. And so a few years ago, they were back, and I bought this one. I think I bought it at Buc-ee's. I know I did. And I just loved it. Well, nobody's carrying them anymore, and I feel like when I wear them, I'm standing out, and I don't like that. But you know what? It's going to come back. So, hang on to stuff. It's not always a bad idea. Now, as you can see, I'm ready for the upcoming trends. Because we all know they're going to come back. That's it for today, friends, and I hope you enjoyed it and will return to our home at Young's Crossing. I'd love if you would like this to help my channel. I'm not trying to get monetized or anything, but it's more or less kind of an ego thing. You like to know somebody liked what you did. Thank you for watching, and come back again to our home at Young's Crossing. Bye.